Hello ladies and gents, let's talk Halloween Kills. I'll talk as non-spoilery as possible, then we'll get into some spoilers with some slight warning, perhaps. So, non-spoilers, I didn't enjoy this film, I didn't think it was very good. It was like 2.5 hours? 1 hour, 46 minutes. I tell you what, it felt like 2.5 hours, so there you go. That's a bad sign, isn't it? I guess there's several reasons as to why you watch a Halloween film. You watch it for the gruesome murders, right? Tiny spoiler. Maybe most of the murders that you see in the trailer are most of the murders that you see in the film. Maybe. Et voila. Yeah, no, that's pretty much the case. There's not that much else that is kind of thrown out there in terms of the gruesome murders. So they did kind of blow their load a little bit too much on that trailer. If you're going to watch this film wanting just the slasher vibe of all the murders and things like that, you might have a reasonably good time, but the pacing really, really drags. Like I said, I was really surprised just to see that it was 1 hour 46 minutes. That felt like a 2.5 hour film. 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours, whatever. It felt really long. Not good. Not good. There was some very strange narrative threads going through this movie, which seemingly went nowhere. So you'll see it from the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. There was elements of like mob mentality, which went nowhere, achieved nothing. In fact, just made everyone look like massive douche canoes. And then they still continued with it. One take home from this film that I've realised. Just want to say it to you. Michael dies tonight. Michael's going to die tonight. Michael's going to die tonight. Constantly. Jesus Christ. There is like a section of this film that's 15 minutes long where repetitively each character just keeps saying it to one another. Yeah, no, he's going to die tonight. Is he going to die? Yeah, he's going to die. I'm like, for fuck's sake, how many times do you want to say it? Is this like subliminal messaging? Do we need it drummed into our skulls that he's going to die? Like we get it. We get it. Painfully so, we get it. If you're going to watch this film thinking... If you're watching this film wanting Michael Myers being Michael Myers, a big gruesome The Shape, he's quite good in this, actually. There was some weirdness with it, though. So normally, there's not a lot of sort of sadism behind it. He just sort of brutally kills people and then sort of walks off. Sort of. There was a lot of the sort of sadistic nature coming through here, which I like the fact that he's just this powerful guy that just walks around murdering people. Also, those people that have a massive issue with him being old and being able just to mow people down left, right and centre, they definitely explain that in this film, sort of, maybe. They pretty much do at the end. So, it's not satisfying. That's a slight spoiler. It's not that satisfying. Obviously, he doesn't die. That's not a spoiler, because there's another fucking film coming out. So, obviously, he doesn't die. Just as a heads up, as an FYI, if you're wondering. It's not a spoiler. David Gordon Green's directing. Didn't like it. I didn't like it. He's riding on member berries. There's a lot of member berries throughout this. There's a lot of the old cast that are brought in for absolutely no reason at all. Maybe some shock factor, perhaps. I don't know. Don't get all like characters. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't care. And that's the point. Like, if I don't care, they haven't done a good job. In terms of Laurie Strode, where was she? Again, slight spoiler, I guess, but where was she for the majority of this this event? That was a shame. Yeah, not a wholly enjoyable film. Score was good. Of course it was. Because they're using old score, maybe some sort of revamped old original score. It's what you'd expect it to be. It's not a massive, like, oh, shocking, great score. It's a lot of this is just member berries. Again, go back to David Gordon Green, because I'm actually really worried about him, because he's going to be the director of Hellraiser. The Hellraiser HBO series, if it ever gets off the ground. I don't think he's the right man for the job. You know, again, yes, these films ride or die on their murders, their slashers, right? But if that's all you've got to bring to the table, and the story is so bad and so lacking, and there's just pointless narrative threads, you're not, especially with Hellraiser, because you're supposed to be continuing like an actual story. You know, the Cenobites are barely in Hellraiser, genuinely. So if he's going to be directing that, I don't actually have a lot of confidence. And it was just bad. Cinematography was pretty bad. Like, it's just, there was nothing which jumped out to me. The constant flashbacks, didn't like that. Like, we get it. things have happened, bad things have happened, right? We get it in Haddonfield. We get it. We don't need to consistently see it time and time again. And definitely, you know, you could have chopped up 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes of everyone running around exclaiming that Michael's going to die tonight. You know, like, come on. Just cut it up. Chop this film up. It was bad. It felt the pacing was bad. It was off. But yeah, not satisfying in any way. Here's your spoiler section. You've had warning. Spoilers. Spoilers. For the end. Michael Myers is supernatural. Almost like some satanic beast. Don't get it. They brutally, they stab him up, they've shot him, they're beating him to the ground, he's on the floor, he clearly should be bleeding out, he's got wounds all over his guts, in the back, he's been stabbed with a pitchfork, and then the guy just gets up and murders everyone. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. And this is over the top of Laurie Strode narration of him basically transcending evil. Or him, transcending evil or something like that. Basically, the more he murders, the more he becomes like this weird, evil, sentient being that I don't know, I don't get it. They don't explain it. It doesn't really matter. Fine, cool. If that's the way you want to approach it, no worries. But then those whole narrative threads of the town, you know, all banding together, wanting to, yo, he's gonna die tonight, and then the sheriff doing nothing, smart ass. That was pointless. It went nowhere. In fact, that whole section of this film, of them rounding everyone up, felt very performative from the actors. The guy who played Tommy, very performative. You know, running around like, oh, yeah, we need some good people. It's like, shut up. You know, they're driving around Haddonfield going, you need to get in. People are just going to go, fuck off, mate. Like, are you drunk? No, I'm not going to get in my house. Like, what? These are not real people. They're not real people. Half the town doesn't even know about Michael Myers anymore. So them driving around the town going, get inside, it's not safe. And then just driving off, not explaining it. Everyone's just going to go, was she high? Is she drunk? Nah. And then just going to continue sitting around doing their thing, aren't they? It was just ridiculous. But the whole mob mentality just led to someone killing themselves. And all I'm left there thinking is, did David Gordon Green just include this for shock factor? Because if so, bad shock factor. Boring film. Actually a bit of a boring film. Hour 46 felt like 2.5 hours. Laurie Strode does nothing the whole film. She cries and bitches that, you know, let it burn. It's in the trailer. And then that's it, really. Then she's just in hospital, which she should be. She should be in hospital, by the way. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, and then her daughter dies at the end. Bad. Bad. Not good. I do actually think now, ladies and gents, that people who liked the 2018 film, which again massively rode on member berries, shot for shot, some of the same actually as the first Halloween, right? I think they will now potentially see that this is garbage. I could be wrong, and honestly, I want you guys to like it. Please do like it, because I don't want you to waste your time like I did. I mean, I didn't waste my time, I had a good time because I was eating popcorn, I was with a friend, so it was alright in that regard, you know, day full of popcorn. But still, not that great. Not a great film. Quite a chore to get through. All the redeeming factors are like, yeah, sure, I guess, fine. So if you've seen it, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. The one good horror film I've seen this year was *Malignant*, and that was because it was like a weird blockbuster B movie, and it was funny. It wasn't really a horror film. That was hilarious. That was great. This, nah, trash. So if you've seen it, let me know what you think down below. Give the video a like and a share, all that good stuff. Thanks so much. Take care.